Well, interesting facts, because I have his stats up now. Loktar has had 2 games of Nazebo in the past and has won both of them.
I think, Tetcher, that this might have actually been the time where we started casting HGC China. And
really,
I think Nazebo, we just went super crazy about him, but he was picked there a few times. And I think that might have been just that point in time. But I'm not.
I think this was also the time that we had Murky. That was Chicken. Yeah, Chicken on Murky. That was
yes.
It was about that time where they would bring like the Nazebo Murky compositions on this map. So yeah, that's a thing. Maybe we are just gonna go like full back to the past style.
Back in the days in 2017,
yes,
ladies and gentlemen, RPG was a formidable team. Now, not so much anymore.
Okay, I mean, I'm already having fun.
All right, Loktar had a lot of fun with the Genji. Wants to go back on him.
Yeah. Sar has an okay Genji. Wouldn't be too upset to see Sar going on it. It's okay. I mean, unfortunately, you can describe a fair amount of Sar's heroes currently as it's okay. It has a little bit of improvement to do.
All right.
So now,
are we going to see another Yrel, though? Of course, they're not going to beg twice for it.
Not even thinking twice about it, and they get Malfurion, so we get the current patch's most popular hero, at least for KT, and last patch's most popular hero as well.
Currently going full alliance here, Team KT that is, with Malfurion and Yrel. What is RPG going to add to it? By the way, Tetra, I just noticed that this week we're going to have a new patch on Heroes of the Storm. We're also going to have an introduction to the new Hero League season, or ranked season, I should say. Team League also gets reset, obviously. We're going to get reworks.
Is that this Tuesday?
Yes, it is.
Excellent.
And that also means that we're going to have Alterac Pass in ranked mode. And I'm not sure how long the pro scene is going to take to keep up, probably until the end of this phase. But that means that... go for it.
Yeah, I think to the end of this phase at minimum. Nice rounds coming out. End of this phase at minimum, and you basically use this rank season to test it a little bit more to see if it's worth pro play at all.
But I just want to see more pro games on Alterac Pass, to be honest. Like, I've played a couple of games on that map already in unranked mode, and the changes on that map are actually live already. So the cavalry objective is significantly weaker, and I feel like that really helped the games to become less snowballing, and I think it's an absolutely fantastic map right now.
Okay, that's good. As Johanna's banned out, double Shamadas for RPG with the triple dragons.
True, yeah.
Are there 2 more dragons in this game yet?
Chromie.
And do we have a tank dragon? If so, we can cover them all. I guess as a diva skin.
I guess that would count.
I guess that's it.
Yeah.
All right, we nearly have a team of full dragons because Diva does not count as a tank. So we see Muradin and Phoenix.
Phoenix broke the theme.
Yeah, no alliance anymore.
I would always consider the Protest to be the alliance of StarCraft, though. Or would that be the... Now, the Terrans are a little dirty. I don't think they're as noble as the alliance.
So is the alliance. The alliance betrays itself all the time. They betray each other all the time. They have civil wars all the time. Yeah, the alliance. It's the start of basically every Warcraft game except for World of. Just like, oh no, part of the alliance betrayed each other. We have the Horde on our doorstep. What do? So RPG, what do you got? Need a tank, need a solo laner. Someone to deal with UL. Good luck with that.
We haven't seen a single Blaze today, by the way. I just wanted to highlight that as well. Blaze had been picked super frequently, but I think it's mostly because of Blaze losing pretty hard onto Yrel. Yes!
Yeah!
All right. We're not going to see any Nazebos here, as I tried to call it out, but I'm very happy with the Butcher. Sorry, I kept actually calling him Butcher. Stitches here.
Follow-up. Why? There's no follow-up.
That is kind of true, though.
Dragon Arrow? Is that your follow-up to a Hook RPG? What is your plan?
My initial hype on the Stitches goes to, yes, okay.
It's gotta be Gorge. It's gotta be Fishing Hook Gorge. That's the only way this works. Full slam build is just not enough to justify this.
I'm trying to figure out, Gorge, of course, could have its value, especially since you mentioned a lack of follow-up CC on the Hook. But then again, why would they even try to rely on a hook pick then? Why don't they just pick Stitches as a team fighter and go Putrid Bile? Maybe Putrid Bile Tormented Souls, so the enemies can't run away from you. Putrid Bile Dragon Strike, question mark?
It's something. I don't like it, but it's something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so...
I mean...
We talked about the Stitches, right? They should have picked it last game. RPG. Last game would have been amazing on Towers of Doom. Stitches' most powerful map. I'm not saying Dragon Shard is the bad Stitches map. Quite the opposite is true. But yeah, as Tetra mentioned, there's very little follow-up here for the Stitches hooks. There's no Malfurion, for example. There's no Uther. Instead, it's an Alex Strasser. So what can they make happen with it?
I mean, Alex does have a slow. It's a bit of CC.
But you need to hit your E twice at least, and that's almost impossible to play.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the idea here is just hook last rites and just hope you've done enough damage in the meantime.
Maybe. Yeah, that could be the thing. I mean, Malthael in particular is going to be pretty nice. Even against the Irel, we saw it do a lot of work, especially if the Irel wants to go for the Sacred Ground, which is something I wouldn't recommend against Malthael, especially if Last Rites ends up getting picked. Let's see if it's going to be enough, though. I'm a little skeptical at the moment, although I really want RPG to do well and maybe get a point under their belt. I'm just all on the KT hype train. What about you?
I mean, there's no follow-up. It's the Super Shimada Bros with Stitches. That's it. It's just picking heroes that really might work. I don't understand the RPG draft, so I've got to go with KT. But here is the team that are going for a very unusual and brave comp. It is RPG, with Chicken playing Malthael, MJ on Alex Strasser, Sar playing the Hanzo, C on the Stitches, and Loktar back on Genji.
All right, back on Genji he is, and their opponents now in the red trunks once again. None other than KT, standing for Kudos top with Hope on the Phoenix, Timeless on the Muradin, TWT on Malfurion, Irel is being played by Hikari again, and Hape on the Greymane. Now, I want to tell you guys, suggest you guys keeping an eye out for Hape on the Greymane. I don't think we've seen him play that hero, but with the mechanical skills that he's got, I can't wait to see what he can show us on the old Wolf. I also love the introduction they do. And oh, hold that thought. The hook is good on Muradin, and the escape on Sa is perfect.
Faith potentially restored. Chew your food coming in here for Stitches. Not a slam build, which means he is completely open to pick Fishing Hook. He is also the solo tank for his team. So yes, thank you, C. He is actually adjusting as opposed to blindly going slam build like almost every pro player. Thanks, Brian. Pro player does.
Yeah, Chew Your Food, of course, restores a huge amount of Stitches' health over time, every time he uses his E. Which is...
combine that with Amplified Healing, you have a wonderful time.
Yes. It's actually one of the most underrated synergies, and I think Amplify Healing in general, I think Stitches is still the only warrior that has it. It used to be a generic talent in the older versions of Heroes of the Storm. Tyrael had it. I'm not sure which other tank had it, but it used to be so powerful. And Stitches, as we said now with the self-healing, can actually stay in combat for a long period of time. Are they really going to surrender this?
Let this go.
Okay.
Yeah, they let it go. It's gone. Camp stolen. Rip. Camp is gone. And... wow, they get both. That's insane. Hikari's trying. Hope from over the wall. Genji deflate. It's gone. Double steal. Wow, KT. Come on now. Now you're just making them sad.
KT is reading RPG like an open book. Easy peasy. Whether it's Timeless, knowing the strategies of his older teammates, or the preferences and other shenanigans, or if it's just them reading their opponents like super well in general. Oh, that was a good hook with the interrupts. Can TWT get it now? Genji interrupting. Nicely done by Loktar.
Yeah, we can't do that twice. Now such, Dragonite taken by KT. They are going to begin their assault into the mid lane. 2 towers going to be easily acquired, and the gate will die to fire.
That is very true, and already, Tetra, I think with that double Murkham steal, the rhythm of RPG has been broken, and they were a little thrown off, you know, their balance. Let's see if they can at least keep this Dragon Knight in check. But despite the double Murkham steal, I think they're doing pretty fine in the experience overall. Now, with Malfurion also being in the Dragon Knight, the playmaking capabilities for KD are rather limited, right? Because without the support, you normally don't want to go super deep and super crazy.
But now, with the Dragon Knight. Getting a couple breaths here. A little bit of extra sustain. It is an amplified healing, as we said, so so much sustain on the Stitches. Doesn't matter how much sustain you have, though, if you can't kill anyone. Currently, though, no one has died. It's just all the mercenary camps.
And the Dragon Knight value, as we said, rather limited. Probably only got 2 towers there in the middle. Stitches is now back at defending.
Very chill Dragon Knight. And as such, XP is still pretty even. Good job by RPG, keeping it in this case.
Oh,
AT doing this.
Another invade.
Lokhtar will find it.
Urel is already on her way as well. I think both teams really need to group up quickly now. They really need to step it up.
Here. Everyone is here. They're hovering around the area. See Urel getting ready to come in. Dragon Queen is dropped, and as such, there's the kill. First blood on Timeless, and they stole the camp.
Yeah.
RPG, they have decided to show up, and down goes Urel as well.
That sounded lovely.
It was unintentional, but I'll take it.
Oh, another hook lands onto Hope. The Stitch is on fire. Who needs follow-up when you have damage like this? Onto Lokhtar as well, sealing the deal. Absolutely amazing stuff coming out from RPG. And what looked like a shaky start for them. You know, getting Mercenary Camp stolen twice in a row. They're going to make it work now with another hook out of nowhere. But this time, with the lack of follow-up, don't think Hape is going to say goodbye here. But yeah, the misplay, by the way, by Timeless earlier on that mercenary fight was the fact that TWT didn't have a regrowth on him. If he had a heal by Malfurion, he could have probably stayed in the fight much longer because there were so many enemy heroes clumped up. With one Moonfire, a large portion of Timeless's health bar could have been restored. But as it is, I'm actually not sure if it was Touch of Death on the Malthael. I would love to see a replay there because maybe he did have a regrowth on him. It was just that Malthael denied all the healing from him.
Hook lands on Timeless. This time, though, Dwarf Toss is there, and I also did not see, so I unfortunately cannot follow up on your statement there. We are seeing Tenderizer coming in from Stitches, not going for anything like I don't know what, Savor the Flavor? Yeah, Savor the Flavor is what the regen one's called, or the cooldown reduction if he executes a minion with it. In comes Lokhtar, once again forcing Timeless back. Route from Malfurion is good. Channel is interrupted, and that will prevent a sneaky Phoenix from getting away. In the meantime, though, Phoenix just keeps going. And as such, Malthael might have difficulties against this Urel in the top lane. Cameraman.
There he is. Chicken escapes for now. He's definitely getting pursued, though. And Hikari with a strong hammer to the face. Takes a lot of damage from those towers himself, though. And dodging the splash as well from the splash damage of long-range attack here. The Arcane Bomb. That was really nicely done.
Oh, Bravery. Bravery is just silliness that works, as we see Lokhtar not able to get the kill this time. As we see Muradin able to escape, and as such, this fort will still die, but everyone's alive. No more XP being given away. It's 3 kills to 0 right now in favor of RPG.
Now, I never thought I would be saying this, Tetra, but RPG right now is running away here a little bit. They're definitely carrying a lot of momentum and a big lead in terms of experience. Level 10 is almost there. Can Stitches stay alive? He's going to have another eat.
No, and also, even if he had the other E, Alex Johnson just knocked everyone away from him, so he couldn't actually heal off anyone.
Yeah, that was crazy. So not even the Dragon Queen is enough to keep C alive here. But during all of this, of course, Malthael hadn't actually participated in that fight, whereas Urel did. And that's why they were able to overcome their opponents. But level 10 is now here. We see Lokhtar's Axe Strike. No Dragon Strike, unfortunately, to match with the Putrid Bell. But it looks like it's a team fighter, Stitches, and I like it.
Yeah. It's just Stitches to be brought into the fight, which I guess makes sense with the health regen. So I dig this comp a little more now. They're making it work. Although Malthael, I would still like him to go for the last rites here as Timeless Dwarf tosses away. Malthael continues to duel Urel in the top lane and appears to be holding his own.
Yeah, he's holding his own, that's for sure. And also Timeless needs to be aware of the fact that his avatar is eventually going to run out. That means a big tank tool that he has available, right now won't be there anymore. So I think Hikari actually knocked back Chicken. He's trying to deny him passage onto this shrine. But I would actually love to watch more of this duel in the top lane. Unfortunately, our observer's not really onto this. But we really want to see who wins, Urel or the Malthael. Now Stitches, look at how tanky he is. He's not letting go. Instead, he's chasing the enemies down.
Looks like Urel actually eventually won, but Malthael he was able to heal back up pretty quickly. He did finally go for last rites. And with Urel taking that top lane, it does deny the Dragon Knight over to RPG. So now they begin moving forward. Hook just short, denied by a gate.
But here goes the flank. Here goes the flank by Hikari on the Urel. They're trying to isolate C on the Stitches. Is that the right target, though? The Salva is going to come in. The slows are real. The damage is even realer.
Loktar X-Strikes behind the
gate. He's got it!
Gets the kill, but he goes down. He already used a Swift Strike. Interesting idea to try and execute Phoenix behind his own gate without a Swift Strike.
Yeah, that was interesting. Now we're going to take a look at the replay here. Actually, I think the engagement by Hikari wasn't even ideal. He tried to go for the Stitches there. A tanky target. But then, of course, with the slows, you can see that by the Muradin, the Thunder Zone at level 4 actually providing another source of slowing for the Salva to get maximum damage off. And then a little sloppy play there by Phoenix, staying too close to the Genji, being the nearest target to him and the deflect, and that's why he ended up saying goodbye. Now again, another blunder in my opinion by KT. Once again, it is the support in the Dragon Knight, and that really weakens all that momentum when it comes to pushing. Look at that, they can't even make those big plays.
Well, they are moving forward. Luckily, at least Timeless has his own self-sustain, as does Urel. Only Greymane or Phoenix could really need it, and Phoenix could, in theory, juggle his health, juggle his shields. The fort still lives.
Tesher, these are not good Dragon Knights. First of all, it's the wrong person inside. The support should never be in those pilotable objectives, like a Protector, for example, like a Garden Terror. Oh man, I miss Garden Terror in pro play. And especially not the Dragon Knight, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna get a tower in the gate. It's summoned. And the Dragon Knight shall expire, actually. In fact, this is dangerous. You can see Timeless positions himself. Oh, the Dragon Arrow, though, it lands anyway. And they're, in fact, going to have to start focusing TWT. In comes the Cleansing Flame, and the X-Strike on top of TWT going to try and take him down. The Cleansing Flame that runs out of room, and it's Loktar, who just gets turned on. MJ in a nice safe position. C in an absolute nightmare, as he is going to get taken out, and everyone else pulls back to safety.
The big problem here in that team fight was, of course, that Genji was a little too aggressive, and Alex Rasa actually followed up the aggressive play so that she would lose track of the targets of her own mates that needed a little bit of healing. Look at Genji going deep. I think he expected a little bit of healing, but look at that. 2 shots of the Cleansing Flame missed the Genji, which was a big problem then. Of course, they looked for that all-in team fight. And look at that, only Malthael arriving now, arriving when it was already too late. So before they pick all-in fights like that, they need to make sure that they at least have 5 members to immediately participate.
On the right side, Stitches now has Fleabag, which means he's going to have more sustain, hopefully, in these fights, as opposed to just being locked down and potentially blown up. In comes the shots from Sarge, trying to do some ping damage to the side heroes here, give himself the empty steam best scenario. Phoenix trapping in from the side as well, so Loktar needs to be very careful, as Malthael is not here, so this is a 5v4 currently in favor of KT. They're looking for level 16, they still have half a level to go, though.
Alrighty then, let's see what they can do. Malthael once again does what a soul laner does best with the mercenaries at his side. He pushes in the towers, trying to get a little bit more experience this way. 14 to 15. Now, RPG, they've been a bloodlusty team, a very aggressive team, all series long. Are they going to pull the trigger again before 16 hits for KT? Or are they going to try to stall it out and get 16 themselves? Quite honestly, I think both options are fine. The safer route, waiting until you're 16 yourself, is probably a little better here. Namely because of the fact that KT hasn't actually been able to get much done with the Dragon Knights, right? All the forts are... Oh, never mind. 2 forts were destroyed in the meantime, but not because of the Dragon Knight, but because of pushing after the team fight was won. So, I guess they can survive another Dragon Knight without losing a keep. It's only 12 minutes into the game. They should be fine.
Yeah, they worked it out in the meantime, so good for them. They've held themselves together.
Yeah.
But as such, RPG, it's still possible for them to make the comeback. But KT, it's been a very slow and methodical game, but they're now looking to pop off here. Loktar forced to back up. The Putrid Bile allows them to disengage.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Alex Strasser had any Dragon Queen cooldown ready there, but I'm glad she didn't use it. That would have been a reckless reaction there. In the meantime, Muradin Timeless finds yet another kill. He's on an absolute killing spree up to this point. Loktar dodging the roots. Well done by him.
In comes Timeless, not able to get Loktar again, who is sidestepping all of these stuns. What is not sidestep, though, is the Dragon Knight, and this time there is no support in it. It is Phoenix.
It is the Phoenix in there, and already you can see how much more aggressively the other KT members are going to play, because there is now sustain, there is now healing available from the Malfurion. So let's see what they're going to be able to get there. Still a lot of damage being dealt with that Dragon Knight already. Beautiful deflect by the Genji. Staying alive for now.
Chicken gets punted away, at least for a bit here. Hook, but blocked by a fountain. Stitches heals himself back up to full, though. Actually, amplified healing. As they push forward, once again, pressuring the Dragon Knight. Separated out Malthael. Dragon Arrow used. Doesn't really get much there.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff used, in fact, not really getting much.
So they dealt a pretty significant amount of damage onto the middle lane for against RPG, but they most importantly didn't take any casualties when the Dragon Queen was out, right? So instead they kited and they waited patiently. They did have the 16, so maybe they could have even thought about turning it around, but for now they're going to shift the pressure to the bottom lane where they already have a stolen Siege Giant camp waiting. And Malthael, once again, he's in the top lane. It's so far away. True, he doesn't even have the on a pale horse. So his rotations are going to be even slower, Tetra.
Currently, yeah, he's on his way, but like you said, it's a little bit slower. And Stitches has ruined my day by not even going fishing hook, as Timeless is tanking his way through here. He's literally taken every other talent that isn't a slam talent and then picks the slam talent. As in comes the salvo. Big chunk of damage, but Cleansing Flame will help here. Timeless pulls in. Not much on the Avatar. He goes down to the last rise, so they begin pushing forward.
And without the Muradin, the formation of KT is going to crumble here. They're now in full retreat. Here comes the one-man arrow, though. Good jukes, but only Hape got hit by it. Look at Irel trying to buy time, says, leave me, leave without me, and save yourselves, you fools. And I think that's exactly what KT are going to do.
And they are able to take down another 2 kills, though. RPG, they are done. Yeah, they're done. Denied as Oh, no, Hape will die here. Absolutely. Wow. Well done by RPG. They clear out that camp. They get the kill. Well, Forts are even. Still a full level lead, but... Oh, no, Forts aren't even. Sorry, Midport still is alive. But this is RPG punishing the overextension of KT, able to pick up another 2 kills.
Getting a little greedy there, KT, that is. I fully agree with you. And now look at those staggered deaths as well. Muradin coming back, 15 seconds until Irel, and then 30 seconds, another 15 seconds on top of that until the Greymane will be back. They take the Mercenary camp to provide a little bit of map pressure in the bottom. And I think if nothing goes wrong, this should be the first Dragon Knight of the game that goes into the hands of RPG. But Chicken, he needs to be careful. Oh no, he's running into a 3-man rotation. How are they going to get him?
He's alive, he pulls back. C has arrived along with MJ. They move forward. Ice Block is used. The interrupt. Dragon Arrow for the delay. Chicken's just trying to channel through this. Now Timeless is just directly on him, so he has to turn this round. Last right. See ya, Timeless, as they begin to turn it round. DWT is the target here, but the Tranquility keeping him alive. Hikari is zoned away, and Dragon Knight is picked up as Genji does huge damage. X-Strike with the double kill, as it's Loktar making a comeback.
Loktar, no guard, no death here, only victory available. And that is the play that we were looking for from an all-star player like him. It's been a while since he last graced us with his presence at HGC China, but now he's back in business. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, I think RPG is going to lock in the tie 1-1. The Dragon Knight is still untouched for the most part. It's only Malfurion and Greymane who could even think of defending this. 18 seconds on Timeless, 28 on Phoenix. Bye-bye to the Greymane because he offers most damage onto the Dragon Knight. And RPG takes 1 point out of this best of 2 against their rivals in that grudge match against KT.
Welcome back, Loktar. As 1 point is taken, RPG still absolutely dead last. Now with a grand total of 2 points. But every point matters.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. RPG is going to be very happy about that point. KT is definitely not one of the easier teams to beat in this league at the moment. There's definitely teams like A-Team, for example, that are considered to be a little weaker. But man, that second game was on fire. We constantly saw these back and forth team fights, and especially Loktar with that last clean final cut X-Strike double kill was really what turned the momentum all against KT. And man,
I'm just happy he's back. To be wrong. And also, I'm going to be man enough to admit that I was wrong. That slowing slam was really clutch. even without the radius, that gave them the chase potential they needed to pick up an extra kill in the bot lane, which allowed them to make the play onto the Merc camp, which allowed them to snowball back to a victory. I will be man enough to admit when I was wrong. See, that was the correct talent choice, and you nailed it.
Absolutely true. But as well as RPG played in those last moments, we definitely got to give them a lot of kudos. KT threw it. They had one reckless engage after the other, and they actually failed to deliver themselves an early snowball simply because it was Malfurion twice in that Dragon Knight, and they couldn't make anything happen out of it. 2 Dragon Knights, not a single fort destroyed.
Yeah, their push potential was really bad.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. They did not make it work enough. They were too afraid of Stitches for good reason. There's always a chance, even if there's no follow-up CC, of getting hooked by Stitches and dying. So, no argument with how safe they played.
Yeah.
Honestly, that might be the reason they have Malfurion in the Dragon Knight every time. Can't hook him if he's in a DK.
Smart.
But, yeah, it took them too long to get anything doing. If they were going to do the slow play, they should have kept with the slow play and not stayed bot.
And the thing also is, like, at this point, I'm starting to get really worried about KT's mental state. Because they started off so strong, and now they failed to deliver